We got some shit to address, so let's address it. LeBron James said, we're not going to be able to play 82 games in this era because it's a different era, for one. And the pace of the game won't allow us to do that. I call bullshit. Listen, I understand what LeBron has accomplished throughout his career, right? I understand what caliber of player he's made himself into being. He's one of the greatest players of all time. I'm not going to dispute that. It's obvious to me he's top 2 all time, right? But to sit here and try to make excuses for why you can't maintain health on a consistent basis, to me, blows my mind. And this is the guy some of y'all call y'all GOAT. He'll never be my GOAT. I'm sorry, right? You mentioned pace. The pace is why. The floor is spread out and the pace is causing injuries. Well, newsflash, LeBron James. Statistically, historically, this isn't even the fastest paced era. The fastest paced era was the 1960s, where they were accumulating over 120 possessions per game. League average today is around 100 possessions per game. Still a fast pace, but it's not the fastest pace. And back then, an ACL injury was considered career ending. Guys were still playing 82 games back in that era. Now, did the pace of the game slow down as you got to the 90s and the 2000s? Yes, it did. But to me, in my opinion, I'm not an NBA player or anything. But to me, in my opinion, I think it would be harder to play in a slower pace era than it is in a faster pace era when it comes to injuries, when it pertains to getting hurt, right? There's less physicality in the faster pace era because guys are just getting up and down the court nonstop. So you basically just got to be conditioned, stretch well. Your ligaments and joints got to be intact. That's the problem. Guys ain't putting in as much work as guys did in previous years throughout NBA history. And there's all these advancements in technology. Nutritionists are smarter, better, more educated, right? They know things today that they didn't know in the 90s pertaining to how to take care of your body, what to put into your body to get out maximum level of success. So to tell me that we're traveling backwards pertaining to the health of athletes has nothing to do with today's era of basketball and the way it's being played. I'm sorry, LeBron. You're going to have to find a better excuse for why you can't stay on the court, you and your compadres, because I'm not buying the pace argument. Like I illustrated, there have been paces faster than the one that you're currently in, and those guys were not getting hurt at the rate that y'all are today. He also mentioned coming into the league in the early 2000s, all he had to worry about was a high ankle sprain. That was the big injury because of the amount of bodies that were in the paint. Now, the high ankle sprain has become the calf sprain, right? AKA Achilles, right? I could agree to that to a certain degree, but I still believe in wear and tear. And I do believe that the more contact your body faces, the more you will become immune to it. And that's just justification for why this league is soft. Point blank, period. Guys do not embrace contact like they used to anymore. Driving to the lane is almost a non-factor in today's era. It's either you shooting threes or you getting layups. We rarely see guys bang in the paint like they did in the 90s. So embracing contact was something that helped avoid injuries. It's common sense. But according to LeBron and his ability to create a narrative to push, he don't want it to be because of an unfortunate situation, or he didn't want it to be because guys aren't taking care of their body, excluding him, because we all know LeBron takes pretty good care of his body. That's why he's been able to last this long in the league. I'm just saying making excuses for yourself and others is not the route. Telling me that it's because of the pace of the game for why the injuries are at such a high level is not the route. Telling me that a high ankle sprain has turned into the new calf sprain and you making excuses for your compadres is not the route. Listen, Bottom line, I think these guys were spoon-fed what guys had to get out the mud back in the 90s and the 80s. It's that simple. There's a reason why when younger guys, younger fans of the game resort and call, older NBA players like in the 70s, 80s, 90s, oh, they were plumbers, they were firemen, blah, blah, blah. You know where that term came from? The term actually came because those guys back in the day actually had second jobs. In fact, basketball probably wasn't even their first job. That's where that came from. So guys back in the 60s and the 70s actually had to work a real job. Like they would play all 82 games in a regular season of an NBA and then go home and be a plumber or a fireman or a carpenter. Like they actually had to work real jobs because the wages in the NBA wasn't popping on shit like that. That's where that term actually came from. So if you want to throw slight and shade at those guys, go ahead, but you're making yourself out to be a fool. Because to me, that's commendable. That shows dedication that you were actually, and those guys were playing 82 games. All y'all got to do is focus on basketball nowadays, and you're getting hundreds of millions of dollars to do so, and you still can't figure out how to stay healthy. You still can't figure out how to eat right. With all of these new ways to work out and all of the knowledgeable kinesiology going on out here, the study of the human anatomy, all how educated and smart these guys are when it comes to the human anatomy, and some of you guys aren't taking advantage of that. That's why you're getting hurt. That's why you're getting injured. One, here's the reasons why everybody's going down with these sudden injuries. One, the game has softened, so there's less contact in this era, which means guys aren't ready physically to embrace an 82-game season. Kobe mentioned it. Remember when Kobe shot them air balls against Utah back in the early 2000s when he was young? I believe it was the early 2000s, might be late 90s, early 2000s, whatever. Playoffs, he shot those air balls against Houston. They asked Kobe, why did he do that? He said, I was fatigued. I played all 82 games that season, and my body wasn't physically ready to compete in the playoffs. So that offseason, he locked himself into the gym to get himself physically ready to compete in the playoffs. And the next season, of course, we know what went down. So Kobe's mindset was, we have to physically get ourselves ready to play 82 games of a regular season. And some of these guys just have not adapted to that psychological aspect of basketball that Kobe Bryant did. That's why he's different. That's why he's different. Guys like LeBron want to make excuses for why guys aren't doing it instead of leaning towards more guys like Anthony Edwards, who pride himself on trying to play 82 games, right? And legitimately has love for the game of basketball, which is another thing that I feel like this era is lacking. The silver spoon placed in the mouth of these players have made these guys entitled. And now they like, I don't need to do the all-star game. I don't need to do the dunk contest. I don't need to play all 82 games. Oh, well, if somebody in the stands is just paid $500 to watch me play and they ain't really got it like that, I don't care. It's not my problem. But it is your problem. Michael Jordan said it best. I'm showing up. Michael Jordan in a 13-year span played 82 games 9 times, and this is the guy we want to compare him to. LeBron has only played 82 games once, and coincidentally, it was in his older age. He was in his late 30s when he did that. So now you want to blame it on pace, flow? Come on, man. I'm not buying that shit. I'm not buying that shit. So y'all going to have to come up with better excuses for why you guys aren't partaking in the 82-game philosophy. We not shortening those seasons. That'd be cowardly, right? Y'all need to focus on getting your health in order, lock yourself in the gym, and get your body ready to endure an entire 82-game season. I've heard the words come straight out of Kobe Bryant's mouth, and he's in my top 5 all time. That's all I got to say about that. In the words of Forrest Gump, man. Do better, man. Get right. Don't forget to drop a like, drop a follow on the video, and let me know what y'all think about this down in the comments. Is LeBron on to something, or is he full of crap like I believe to be the case? Let me know. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that sub button. Also, drop a like on the content. And while you at it, check out these 2 videos you see on the screen. OG out.